the lead? Because of the feedback.
No worries.
Yeah, I don't have all that information written down from what I was given.
So we first want to start about what is self-care.
You know, I'll get us started, and we can go from there. When I think about self-care, you know, I work from home, so I think about number one is getting away from my desk and taking a walk, right? Getting away from this house, as I call my work, and getting away from everybody, right? To clear my mind. That's number one. And I'll name just a couple because I'll take over this whole session if I keep going, right? The second would be that emotional self-care, and that's that listening to music to clear my mind, get me going, get me in the mood, you know. And the third one, which is very important to me, is that spiritual self-care, and that's prayer, meditation, reflection. Those are three major things to me that I really take serious every day. But yeah, those three, when it comes to self-care, when I think about self-care, those three stand out to me. Those are my top three.
And Kevin, I do agree with you 100%. It's amazing the amount that we go through on a daily basis. I'm sitting in my office as well, and I work from home as well. So getting away from this desk is definitely the first step to getting that self-care in. But I love the meditation, the praying, you know, getting away from everyone, because there are times we have to get away by ourselves. I think another aspect is protecting your peace. Because a lot of times we can allow other things to come in, and we have to have the wherewithal to say, you know what, I'm not dealing with that. I'm done with that. I got to protect my peace. And sometimes it's difficult for other folks because sometimes family doesn't understand when you're protecting your peace and you can't deal with them at that moment. And sometimes folks you work with can't understand that, you know, I need to get away for a while. I need to process things before I can have this conversation with you. So those are a couple other things that stick out to me.
Yeah, I agree with you too, Mr. Artis. I agree with you. It's hard to sometimes get that self-care to get away from people. You know, just by being a man, you know what I'm saying? You know, being a man, you're supposed to be that leader. You're supposed to be that person that everybody can count on. And it's hard to get that self-care sometimes because you always need it at some point. And when you do get that self-care, it's like you gotta focus on yourself. You gotta focus on your purpose. And it's just hard sometimes, you know, it's hard to get away. It's hard to get to yourself at times because you're just so needed as a man in general. And that's your job. You got to be there for people. You got to be there for your loved ones. You got to be there for your children. You got to be there for your wife. And you know, the time that you can get away, you know, it's either in prayer, it's either in meditating, like Mr. Kevin said earlier. You know, it's that spiritual walk that you got to have. And you know, with myself, I think my time for me is just time alone. And you know, I'll go fishing. I'll be on the water by myself, or you know, I'll you know, play video games, something to decompress life, to get away from reality. And sometimes it's sleep, to be honest. Sometimes it's sleep. Sleep is you know, I think the other day I told somebody, I said, man, sleep ain't sleep anymore. Sleep is an escape from reality, escape from life. And sometimes you be like, oh, I need some rest, but it's really to get away. It's to get away from everybody, get away from the world. And you know, I just feel like rest, you know, finding some type of hobby, creating a closer connection to God, living for a purpose, you know, figuring out what your purpose is, and working towards that purpose. And, you know, I think through that self-care, focusing on what your purpose is, that's self-care in itself. And, you know, that's my input on that self-care, but I'm still learning that, man. You know, I'm still, you know, I'm 37, man. I'm still learning every day. I'm learning how to
Yeah.
self-care for myself, man. It's hard, but I ain't gonna lie to you, it's hard, but I'm still learning that.
I'll be honest with you and say if we quit learning,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's when we truly die. You know, there are a lot of dead folks walking around, but every day of this life is going to be a journey. Every day of this life is going to be something you learn. And I love how you brought out that as men, we are looked to, we are depended on, and we get the least amount of self-care because we have so much riding on us.
Right. You know, even you know, my mom, she visited me, man. She left a note, man, and I got it right here. And it's crazy we're talking about this. And she let me know. She said, "Remember, son, you can't save everybody. Take care of yourself. I know you want to help and assist sometimes, but you need to help yourself too." And you know that's important, man, because you're there for everybody. But then it's like when you get down and out, you know, by being a man, it's like who can I call? Who can I? You know, you don't want to bother nobody, you know, because you're the leader. You're naturally the leader. You're naturally in charge. You know, you just can't really call on people like you would want to. But that's when that spiritual, you know, that the connection with God, and you know, it's tough as a man for that self-care. It's real tough.
Hey, you just got to remember, you can't do it alone. Mind that you can't do it alone.
Right.
It's a team thing, and you know, as what we call ourselves, Taylor men.
That's right.
You know,
that's who we are.
we put it on our shoulders, right? So you know, one thing that I know we put on our shoulders is being, you know, financially comfortable, above comfortable, right? So you know, that making sure we have things, you know, set ahead, wise. That's that stress reliever that we constantly looking at, right? So you talk about self-care. That's one thing that takes a whole load off our shoulders, head, and I know our mind there. Yeah, the things that I had to look. Let me say this. You know, we talk as if, hey, we've been doing this for years, but we're learning every day. Like, you know, still learning stuff as we go. You talk about 37, 43, and I'm still learning. Right? It's insane. Yeah, man. I'm happy you brought that up.
You never stop learning.
Yeah.
You never stop learning. And and just to add to the discussion of self-care, you know, by the way, I was on mute, Terrance, Terry, author, militant nice guy. What's up, Rocky Rock? But when it comes to self-care, I think, you know, we have to look at ourselves, right? And understand ourselves, because how can you take care of something that you don't understand? You know, and speaking of from a perspective of the nice guys, you know, just to kind of, you know, kill two birds with one stone. How can you love yourself as a nice guy if you don't understand who you are as a nice guy? How can you appreciate something that you don't understand, right? So self-reflection, looking at ourselves, being honest with ourselves, and forgiving ourselves is an important part.
That's big, Terry. That's big. I love that.
You know, I mean, you know, I mean, we're gonna make mistakes. You know, we're not perfect. You know, are we leaders? Yeah. There's not a leader anywhere who hasn't messed up.
Right.
Messing up is part of it. So forgiving ourselves. You know, we're you know, that's very, very important.
You know what, Terry? I think that's one of the biggest points, forgiving ourselves for mistakes that we made.
Right.
There are times, you know, in my short time of 49 years on this earth, I spent so much time being trapped, if you will, by mistakes that I made because I didn't forgive myself for those mistakes. Right. And when you don't, you actually affect everyone, or infect, I should say, everyone around you.
Yes.
And not
everyone pays for it.
Yes, yes, yes. And it wasn't until I learned how to forgive myself that I was able to be my best self for everybody around me. And I still have problems with it.
It's a progress. It's a journey. It's never ending. It's never ending. So yeah, forgiveness. And part of that is taking accountability. Part of that is taking account for the role that you played in something.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah.
Accountability, that's a big deal right there, man. Accountability right there. Man. It's very important. I appreciate that, Mr. Terry. That's important. That forgiving, man. That, you know, we hard on ourselves, man, and like you said, you know, if we're affected, if we're hard on ourselves, and we're not complete 100% or even 90%, it affects the people that's around us, and that's 100%. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And you know.
So I want to be part of this discussion.
You are.
I have to come in the room.
Come in.
But I wanted to be sure y'all allow Henry to say something. He's coming all the way from Africa. So I don't know how it's set up. So if he wants something to say, you know, let him speak, because I don't know how his screaming is over there.
Well, we won't hear it and talk it, and we won't dig to get in it as well.
Yeah, he's here. Henry.
Okay, all right.
I see it.
Okay, ma'am.
I wanted to show off my dress too.
You look nice.
You see.
The power color red. I like that power color.
Okay. All right, y'all.
I think Henry was getting ready to share something on self-care.
Yeah, I saw Mr. Papa. Yeah, you can hear Mr. Henry. He probably got a little lag if he wait.
Yeah, probably does from Africa.
Just hit him up in the chat then.
Yeah.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, well, for me, I guess self-care to me is like being yourself, like trying to live, not trying to push yourself so hard. I believe when you try to take life step by step, the way it comes, not push so hard. Like I don't get to push things so hard. I get to take them as they come. Sometimes I get to take, I don't know how to say, but things like that.
I like that. I like that you brought that out, because sometimes we do have to take it one step at a time. We do have to take steps as it comes, and sometimes we're so driven and we're driving so hard that we could miss, or we can hurt others just by trying to reach something that we want.
Okay. So
right,
I guess.
Go ahead, Henry.
Still waiting
What
on
did you
Henry.
say?
My turn
All
now.
right,
All right.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
Well, how all you gentlemen doing? Everybody's fine.
Fine.
Now, you know, everything everybody touched on, we all on the same page on that. And it's different aspects. One thing I add with anybody is that although with self-care, being Black men, you're gonna have to have a family to depend on somebody. That'll cut a whole lot less stress.
Yeah.
And you know, because first of all, if you got that spirit right, things should go right.
Right.
See, when the devil never stops. That's one thing we all know. So that's where that stress come in at, you know. But like I said, self-care, like Mr. Dixon said, that music, you know, that's my zen right there, you know.
Yeah.
Well, and hold on one moment. Let me get a little sip of this hand too. Because we are men here, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true, man.
It's better, you know. Whatever.
You know,
Yeah.
but everything comes in moderation. So, you know, we're gonna do this the way men should do it. You know, on my end, I'm gonna hold up my end as well. You know, whoever do what you want to do, fellas. But you know what I'm saying? This is it
Yes,
right
sir.
here. And by the way, when y'all hear Terrance say,
about don't be controlled by it. Just say you couldn't do it. Just put that out.
That's what life. That's what our emotions. That's what anything. Liquor, weed, women, our mind. You know, whatever. Don't be controlled by it.
Yeah.
And if you don't forgive yourself and examine yourself, then life controls you. You don't control it. I'm back to you, Rocky, baby. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm just going to explain. Now, Terrance know me from my radio days. He called me Rocky Rock. I was DJ Rocky Rock. So I'm a man of many names, but Mr. Dig is that's the thing, which stands for damn I'm good. So you know.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. well, I might have to hold on to that one.
All right. Depends on what state you're in, cause I got a trademark, so you got.
Well, look, I just use it in my inner circle.
All right, there you go. There you go.
Okay.
But okay, that was pretty much it for me. You know, like I said, because you know I don't know who's all married and who's all single, and that's where that stress comes in at as well. Because, like I said, if you got somebody helping you, you know, that's the thing. It's no different than Ecclesiastes says 2 is better than 1. You know, it says that in the Bible. When you by yourself, like I said, you know, it says that as well towards it. You know, you pretty much own it on your own though. But yeah, so it's a matter of just, you know, being connected with the right people, doing the right things in your life. And from what I'm hearing from all you guys, man, look here. I mean, I don't know why we hadn't met sooner, you know.
You know what? That's real. That's real.
Like you bleeding right into I believe Tish's second conversation around self-care and relationships.
Oh,
you know, I bleed right into it, right? You know, 10 years married. And I'm gonna tell you right now, man, roller coaster learning how to be a godly, you know. So, you know, I think the first thing that come to mind is a couple of things, and I'll get it started here, is being honest up front.
Yes.
Right. You know, I'm not a sugarcoater, I'm straightforward. That's I'm gonna say what I need to say, but I had to adjust that. I had to balance that out.
Yeah.
You know, I had to learn that, you know. But you know, I got in the world of, you know, planning dates, you know, doing things together. I'll tell you right now, every night we take about a good hour or so and we watch our favorite TV shows. That can be a home improvement show, that can be you know, some type of relationship type show. It's just something that we can sit down and talk. And what that has done over the years is brought us closer together, right? And I think the biggest thing is focus on healing the past, right? Anything as, you know, from the past affected, you know, right, has to be healed. So those are things, I think that's that self-care in relationships as we all continue to grow as men.
Going into relationships, I mean, and I'm happy that you and Kiki are still together, Ken.
Yeah, man.
10 years strong, that's a blessing. You know, I just celebrated 25 years myself, and what I honestly say is, it's still a learning experience. There's still times because we all grow. And when we grow, something change, and we're still in the process of learning, even in relationships. Other thing about relationships is, and I like what Terry said earlier. You know, it's more than just one facet. It's so many different things. You know, it's so many different things we have to be mindful of. It's not to say we don't overstress ourselves about being mindful of it. It's just to say that, you know what, I care about you, and I want you to care about me. It's also to that point of being able to hold each other accountable and not take offense at it. Because a lot of times, since we're that close to that person, we don't want them to hold us accountable to certain things. I'm talking about self right now. Put that out there. And likewise, our partners, our wives, our significant others, sometimes they don't want to be held accountable by us. That thing of correction is a lot of times we take it negative, but it's not negative. It's something that we should take with a grain of sand. Even when you look at discipline, I think the wrong title or the wrong thoughts have been given to discipline. Discipline, in its basic sense, is controlling yourself to do something. When you look at disciples come from the term discipline. So disciples of Christ are people who are disciplined to follow Him. Disciples of the Lord are people that's disciplined to follow Him. So it's not a negative connotation. It's something that we should hold as positive. And if we can keep that mindset of, hey, I can be correct. And I'll be honest with you, I don't like it. It don't feel good sometimes. And it's never said in a negative way. It's said, not to cause any trouble. It's just the fact that I am my daddy's son, and I don't like it when I'm corrected, but I have to learn to accept that. And I always come back, and I'll come back and apologize. Look, I was wrong. I know I was wrong, and I appreciate you for telling me, even though I didn't want to receive it at the time.
Let me add something to that, because I was gonna say something, but but understanding yourself and forgiving yourself. Let her know how you like to be corrected. You see what I'm saying? Usually, like if we love and understand ourselves, that's nice, guys, plug in the book, then we show women how to love and appreciate us. You see what I'm saying? So if my woman is doing something wrong, if I'm doing something wrong and my woman corrects me, it's like, hey, not in the moment, but before it comes, listen, there's gonna come a time when I'm messing up, and you gotta let me know. But when you do it, do not say I'm corny. Do not say I'm trying. Or whatever. Whatever works for you.
Thanks.
And show this woman how you want to be correct. Show this woman, and also, I believe, giving our woman the benefit. Give her the benefit of the doubt.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How do you show your woman how you want to be corrected?
One thing is what Terry said. You just tell her, how you want to be taught. But see, I have said to my wife.
I mean,
just have a conversation. Just start the conversation. That's part of it. We have to talk about those things that we want in a relationship and how it should function. We have to say it. Okay. Now we can show them, and we can try to show them and correct them the way we want to be corrected. But if you do that and use that as the example, say this is, and that's how I want to be corrected. Feel me? Right. I do that. But I just don't like being corrected. That's my character flaw. I know that.
I'm the same, but what we talk about is approach and positioning is the two main things: approach and positioning. Don't let me, if I'm wrong, just let me keep being wrong. Don't say nothing to me, but my wife will approach me and she'll position it so I get it and understand it, and then right? And that's after years of going through, like, look, type thing, I'm a grown man. I'm from Chicago. Don't do it, So, but it's my wife would say I'm from Memphis and I'm going to come at you, and I said okay, it's that. What am I to say to that, right? So,
and correcting is not checking. We're not. If you think in your head, I gotta check this fool, then you're coming at it and that's what I mean by listen. Hey, don't check me ever. that's a problem. Correct?
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Like if you, cause dude, the point of punishment, of discipline, or whatever you want to call it, is to educate to you so that this person is to change behavior, right?
Yes, sir.
And the best way to, like, it's simply saying that, listen, don't call me after 10 o'clock at night because I sleep or whatever. You're teaching somebody, if you want to talk to me or whatever, like, don't correct me in front of people. I don't like that.
Right.
I'm not going to, I'll be less receptive to you if you correct me in front of people, right? And it doesn't have to be like you're talking down to your woman. Don't do it in the moment. You handle problems before they happen. You have a spare tire in your car right now because you're prepared for the day you get a flat. So don't have the conversation when you're pissed. Don't have, like, for example, just me, every Sunday afternoon, I'm like, hey, you got something you want to run by me? You got something that happened? So I'll ask her, was that something I did that you didn't like? Is that something we need to, I'll bring it to her on my terms. Not when, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, and that way it's not personal. You're not mad. You're not heated. And if you do it long enough, she'll learn. Okay, this is the time to talk about it. And she's not mad. That's just an example.
Yeah, that's good, Terry. And I'm gonna hold on to that one. I'm gonna use that one.
Oh, thank you.
All right,
So,
Mr. Dig, come on in.
Oh no, man, y'all owned it right there. Like Terry was saying, and you were saying there as well. See, I'm gonna tell you, I was one of them men out of Fort Worth, Texas. So, and I tell them, this is how I put it to them majority of the times when I said, look here, let me tell you, a certain place where you can get up in my face. That's all I'm gonna put it to you, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. Hey, that's like Dixon was saying, I sleep good at night because I don't never hold nothing back to nobody. I sleep damn good every night. It'll never be man, I wish I'd have said that. I should have did. No, that ain't happening here. I sleep too good at night, man. So it's real simple with me, man. I keep it simple because I've been married before, and multiple times, and I damn near put on my resume as hobbies. But it's cause my short patience, because knowing what I'm bringing to the table, I just used to have zero tolerance, man. I had to learn to be patient, and that's, it was one of those things that maturing as well, growing up. So I think I'm the elder on this panel because I'm 60. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah. But see, even at this age, see, I'm still learning. Listening to you guys, I'm saying you never stop learning. Like say each one teach one. Yeah. All right, who's ever next? Hey, I'm gonna start raising my hand when I got something to say. That way I won't interrupt you guys. So yeah.
Oh, it's all good.
Fine.
I'm not married.
To bring into the conversation.
Yeah, I'm not married yet, but I'm trying to learn from what y'all speaking on right now. I was always told to take my time, man. And I want to pick wisely, man. The thing I'm worried about is, everything I worked hard for, and I might find somebody, and it might not work out 10 years from now, and then they take half my shit, half the stuff I don't work hard for. So
Yeah.
Well, let me ask. That's a tangent. I mean, what about the idea and concept of a long-term relationship? Because that's a legal, practical I mean, like, is that doesn't involve you and your philosophy. That's a fear. That's
it
going
is a fear. It's something that I'm
not
worried
going to
about.
say it's invalid,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't make decisions based on fear. You make decisions based on what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to get mad. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I understand what you're saying. That is a fear of mine. I'm worried about, wanting a family, wanting a wife, wanting children, and then things just don't work out the way it might not supposed to, and then everything you work hard for, or you work hard for together, and it just goes away, it separates, So that's something I'm worried about.
So fear is gonna make you miss things. Don't say that loud and clear. It's gonna make you miss things. So,
Hey, you're breaking up real bad. I just want to let you know. Like every fourth word.
Somebody.
And the network is breaking.
Can you hear me?
I'm gonna need more than that. just talk and we'll let you know.
While Kevin is getting his stuff straight, we'll jump a little into that.
Testing.
But you're echoing. Well, MC, I will say this, especially in this day and age, your concerns are valid. But also in this day and age, I love a lot of what Terry has brought forward, of what Mr. Big has brought forward. We have those conversations before they happen, and that's what Terry was speaking about a lot. We need to address those problems before they become problems. So even down to, hey, I have a lot of nice stuff. It's down to this. Hey, let's see what we can build together. It's not just going to be my stuff, it's going to be our stuff. But at the same time, you want to set the expectations that you want to have in this marriage or this long-term relationship. You want to know where it's going. When you find that person you think you can get further along the road with, talk to them about how you want to raise your family. What this looks like in a home. What does being my cheerleader and me being your cheerleader looks like in the home? Because we have to.
Yes.
We really have to cheer each other on and being that team, you have to cheer each other on. And what I learned is there are times that my wife has to take the lead because I'm not well versed in that area. There are times when I take the lead because she's not well versed in that area. So in other words, it's always a reciprocal relationship. When you have that reciprocal relationship, you can grow together. But and that's why, Terry's really been hitting home with me, because we start those conversations before they happen. Man, it goes so much further. And not only that, when something that you haven't talked about happens, because you've already set some ground rules, set some boundaries, already established a line of communication, you know how to address that when those problems come.
Right.
So, a lot of it happens because we don't do it on the front end, and then there are those times we don't cheer each other on. And likewise, like the other thing Terry brought up earlier, and everybody just says weird things. Don't get me wrong. There's some things that Terry said that hit my heart. Even with us not being correct, not corrected in the moment, we don't want to do that to our significant other, our spouses, our wives. We don't want to correct them in the moment. We want to do practice that same thing, And that's why I told Terry, I'm gonna hold on to that once a week now. I'm gonna go ahead and all right. Is there anything you want to bring to me? What I messed up on? How can I get better? I love it. But just to bring out something Mr. Diggs said, times, damn, I'm good. That right there alone, that's just amazing. Sorry, I digress.
Well, you know,
what he said
I mean,
was
I just
always don't leave it on his chest. Go ahead, Terry. I'm sorry.
No, it's important to enjoy ourselves as men. You know, that's what's so cool about it. You know, that's. I mean, I'm glad you came around back to that because I just wanted to say, like, sometimes it's cool to take a cigar break. If that's your thing. You know, sometimes it's cool to take a shot at the hand. You know, sometimes it's cool to let your hair down, man. Enjoy this, right? And if you can enjoy yourself, then it helps you to enjoy the woman. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna the holy water.
But is that me? Did you hear when I started talking?
No, I've been hearing it the whole time, but I just didn't say anything. I've been hearing it the whole time. So.
It's the whole time. It's the whole time. And I think it's just one of those times when technology does what it does, and we don't have a reason for the harm.
Okay, yeah. See, when it's like that, sometimes somebody can have a fan on blowing. It could be.
Yeah, I turned my AC off. I'm about to start sweating up in this mud for y'all. But
man,
what was the question? I saw.
Letitia said, how can a woman help a man that has to deal with a society norm as a black man?
And that's a hard one.
What you say, Henry?
Who's gonna take that?
That's a complex question, Letitia, and I'm glad you asked it. And I say I'm glad you asked it, but it makes us think. I think
because as a man, that's one thing. But then there's a black man. That's a whole other thing.
That's a different thing.
Right? And to try to educate her on what it means to be a man. I mean, like in this conversation, that's a 3-month course. You know what I'm saying?
It is. If we could. Go ahead.
I'll say this. Just, I mean, and I know this is probably going to be unsatisfactory, but this is the best I can do. You other guys think of something better than what I'm about to say. I'm just buying some time so y'all can say it. But when that man comes home, treat him like a conquering hero. Treat him, I mean, like there's a movie, Die Hard, or even 24, some of these movies where these guys are out there struggling, battling against the world. and he got to come home and the woman don't even appreciate it. You know, the woman a lot of times has no idea what the man has gone through. So when that man comes home, treat him like he's been battling. Treat him like he's Maximus or, Braveheart or Leonidas, that he came home from the war. Because that's what we feel like a lot of the times in that world. So,
and if I could add to that, just show him how much he valued. Because
that's what we're doing it for you.
Yeah.
Understand? I'm sorry. Let me go. The average woman don't understand that we out there doing it for them. You know what I mean? Like it's. How does a woman handle a man's ego? We get to that. But understand that a man is doing it for him. I mean, for her. When you watch all the war movies, Braveheart, Leonidas, when Leonidas kicked the bed of the pit, is the most masculine movie of all time. Right before he kicked him in the pit, what did he do? Turn and look at his woman. We're doing it for y'all. Never forget that. And I'm done.
Because here's the thing that a lot of people is we as black men, we have so many things that's against us up front. We're already counted out by society. even when we can have any job and hold any job, they consider us as different from the norm. They look at us differently. And even while we're on the job, they're going to try to walk on eggshells around us or try to push us out to a corner. And so we get home, in that home environment, or when we with our wives, our significant others, we need that person to let us know that, you know what, you are valuable to me. You know what, I'm your ride or die. I got you regardless. You know what? Yeah, we may disagree on some things, but we agree on more things than what we disagree on. You know, that ego thing. You know, every man needs to know that they are the man in their house. As I said, and not, and that's just to let them look. I respect you as a man. I respect you. And if they're not living up to their leadership role, tell them I respect you enough, but I need you to lead. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing. Sometimes our ego is warped because of society, things we have gone through, upbringings that we had, things that we've been taught, things that we learned in school, things that we learn at work. So sometimes we need you to boost that ego. Let us know that we still a leader, regardless of what's going on. We still can be up here, even though everyone else looks at us as we're down here. So I'm highly confident in who I am. I'm highly confident in myself, but everyone is not like this. But even in my confidence, it feels great when my wife lets me know that she appreciates me, which lets me know that she honors me. Now she don't have to say what she does. You know, that feels great. But yeah, and I say that we have that's a thing that I know me as part of my upbringing. That's something my dad taught me. Always be confident in who you are, because there are going to be people who are going to try to treat you like you're less than what you are. But always be confident. I'm sorry, I went all over.
You're good. Ego and pride are two. Because when I hear as a man, when I hear ego from a woman, but the question was, how does a woman handle a man's ego, right?
Yeah.
And here you handle problems, right? And when I hear the tone of that question, I hear problem with a male ego. You know what I mean? So you know, the question is, how do you enjoy a man's ego? You see what I'm saying? That should be the question.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you see the ego as a problem, then you're going to treat it as a problem. You see what I'm saying? So, and by understanding that a man, black, white, Mexican, whatever, needs that ego, that pride, that belief to go out into the world and initiate. You know, to go. You know, I'm going to conquer those people. I'm going to plant that flag. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to get that woman. Say, dog, that's the finest girl in the club, and I'm going to get her. He needs that.
Yeah.
Right? That's the good side of ego or pride.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if you're not developed as a man, then that's when it becomes, and I hate to use this word, toxic or problematic. And then you need to handle it. I'm never wrong. I'm always right. What you talking about? You're just that's
different.
That's what
we have the last question. We haven't forgot about it. That question: how does a man feel secure with just one woman?
Hold up, Letitia. Hold up. Hold him up now.
I can answer that. I'm gonna throw him out there though, but I'm gonna let Kevin speak on that first to see. Since I outrank him in number of years I've been married, I'm gonna let Kevin speak on that first.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
sir.
all good. It's all good. Let me look at this question one more time. Make sure I got it. How does a man feel secure with just one woman? You know, I say this. For me, the woman that can completely understand me, and because I'm a very confident dude, and you whatever you say is not going to knock me down, right? You know, so it's understand, you know, where I want to go, what I want to do, what I want to be, as far as professional, and as far as life together. If we can come on be on the same page, then that's the entire thing right there. So, for example, when I met Kivia, I was in Nashville working. Okay, so I got a promotion to go to Lincoln, Nebraska. But this woman decided to take severance and join me on the journey. That's how I knew I was secure one. I don't know what woman's going to leave to stop me what they're doing and leave before we even get married. Take on this journey with me, knowing me for 12 months. So she has put everything by the wayside for my career. So I open everything. What do you need? What do you want? What type of house you want? I mean, whatever. Like, that's serious. Like, that's how I know I'm secure. You said every man I like wanted to. Yeah, that's not my style.
It's not. Well, and let me jump in that, because here's the thing. When and a lot of men, when they look to women, they're looking to have more than one woman. They're actually looking to fulfill different fantasies that they've always fantasized about, always being a player, if you will, not wanting to let that go. But in reality, if you get on that same page with the woman that you want to be with, if y'all get on that same page, you know, all your fantasies can be met. But for me personally, I'm not worried about so many other women, because it's hard enough for one. And when I say it's hard enough for one, what I mean is I got too much time focused in. I'm focusing so much that, okay, what does it take? What else should I be doing? Or what else can I do to help you out, make your life easier? And that's not to say she's not doing the same thing, but it's to say that, you know, we need to be, and I like what you said, Kevin, we need to be working toward the same goal. In other words, I can't be headed into a long-term relationship knowing that I still want short-term benefits. I still want to run around. I still want to run the streets. I still want to do these things. Because and don't get me wrong, there's some people that are in long-term relationships with more than one woman. It's not me. So if you find yourself with those type of men, then you have to, like you said earlier, we have to set it up front. Look, I ain't gonna be that. I'm not gonna be the side piece or the main piece, and you have a side piece. You feel me? It's gonna be me or it's not gonna be me.
Thanks.
But moving in that same direction, that's the thing. Being something that you can build together. If you're building something together, I promise you're not gonna have enough time for these outside women to build and work together.
Oh, we got 3 minutes. My internet connection got messed up before talking to Major real quick. Got to say this to myself real quick. You mentioned taking your time, right, for a woman. Don't get into this world where you get into what if stuff. What if I did? You're so worried about fear. Don't worry about fear. See, man, don't worry about that, man. Because you don't want to get down the road 45, 50 years old talking about what if.
Right.
That what if stuff, keep that in your hip pocket. If you for sure, man, go get it and keep rolling. And don't do the what if. I'm constantly talking about that with my people now. With joining the company I'm with now. You're 6 months down the road. quit after 1 month, then you talking about what if I would have stayed, where would I be? Crazy. But I just wanted to say that. All right.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Go ahead on, T.
I mean, yeah, we got 2 minutes. I mean, are we gonna keep going or what? We feel like we could do this all night.
Yeah. This is definitely cause
You know, so I'm just saying, like, I'll
We
close
need
it
a
out.
part.
I'll answer the question, give my take on the question. You know, so I'm
We
good.
need a part.
I'm good. I don't know. This is my first Zoom call. I don't know how this works. I don't know if I did everything
mine too.
right.
So yeah, we're gonna stick on schedule then, fella. We just need to redo this. But that last 2 questions, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's 20 minutes right there.
Right.
Well, man, let me say this. I mean, once again, I'm Terrance Terry, author of Militant Nice Guy. Check out the book, Amazon.com. And it's funny because I had a podcast because I'm gonna post my first new one. It's been a minute on Friday morning. So check it out, Nice Guy Game.
Put it in the chat if you know the link in the chat before we
Okay. Okay. And but the answer to the question, because it was 2 questions: how to feel secure with one woman, and you know, and the other statement was most guys I meet want 2 women. Every guy wants multiple women when you first meet them. You know, I mean, if you're a successful man and you single, you know, just playing on the man playing the field. The same thing. Go for it, Henry.
No, he was just muted.
Oh, that was a type Henry, get your plug in. So I was gonna let Henry do his thing.
Oh, okay. You muted.
Oh, no, I'm listening.
You muted, Henry.
Plug your stuff. Plug.
No, I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, every man wants. I mean, if you're a single man, every man wants 2 women. Oh, the same way every woman wants to date around. You know, this is unfair, it's unreasonable to expect, you know, commitment out the gate, right? But if you set the terms, I mean, like if you set the terms of what you're looking for and set up front what you're looking for, I want to be married. You know, a lot of people, you know, I see women are wearing wedding dresses to the first date, right? Give it a relationship time, let it breathe, and, you know, lay out what you want and the terms of, you know, what you want. Not in some, because people, I don't want this, I don't want that. I mean, that turns people off. But if you lay out what you want, you know, in a cool, collected way, hey, you know, let's do this, you know, let's do this for a month and check in with each other with a month and see how things are going. You know, I think that's fair. But give a man time, you know, to fall in love with you, or to want a committed relationship with you, or to want, you know, give him time, and, you know, give him his space. And if most women don't do that, most women pressure, right? And if you give him time, he'll see that, you know, like, you know, this is for me, or she's not for me, or whatever, right? But have your boundaries, right? And how do, you know, and how can a man feel secure with one woman? I mean, once again, that comes with understanding yourself. You know, and then, because you understand that, then I'm secure because she's here on my terms. For example, I'm Terrance Taylor, the Militant Nice Guy. There are certain people, when they call me, they're going to want some nice guy game. And I'm going to give it to them because I know what they want. I know why they're here. You know, chance. It's the same thing with a woman. Women, how do I know she really like me, dog? How do I know? If she's there, you know, what more proof do you need? If a woman is dancing with you, then she wants to, how do I know if she wants to dance with me? I mean, listen, this call was supposed to have ended 3 minutes ago. We're still here. I know y'all like what I'm saying. I'm not going to ask you, hey, am I saying good stuff? Well, I'm secure in what I'm saying because you're here. But if you, so that's security.
Hey, everyone. Terry, sorry to interrupt you.
No, please.
Kevin put in chat he has to drop off to read a book to his 5-year-old, and I believe
it's priority.
Yeah.
My little one, she'll come down here and knock this door down and come on camera with us if I don't get my butt up there to read that book. So I enjoyed this. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Let's make this a weekly thing. Let's make this a
I appreciate
weekly thing.
Yeah. This. Yeah, we need to do this more often, especially this group of guys we got over here. We need to do this.
And it's important for men to have these type of discussions. These, honest discussions. We don't have this healthy. Normally, I'll say it. I don't care. People like Kevin Samuels has made just the dating world toxic. The relationship is adversarial now.
Yeah. Well, everyone, I'm gonna drop myself so I can eat dinner with my wife, and I love this conversation. And Letitia, hey, let's do this again. Gentlemen,
I enjoyed it, man.
This big, good to meet y'all. Nice we'll be.
Yeah, I'll be ready whenever y'all want to do this again. Man,
all right.
We get more people in on this so they can ask questions of the panel as well as we do what we do. So y'all
right.
Oh, one thing to you, MC, check this out. Now, like you were saying about, finding that woman. See, the longer you wait, you want somebody to take your stuff, but these women are amassing things as well. So you might fall victim to that same thing, judging you by what you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
And that happens like that, man. But this is the thing. That it comes to finding a woman, though, and then them being there. See, the thing is, like it was saying that question there, I ain't get a chance to say how you know you're secure with that woman. The fact that she's praising you. That's how you know you're secure. Because if she shutting you down, then that's where the second come in, more than one woman. See what I'm saying? Because there's other women out there gonna smell them pheromones of, you know what I'm saying? Because they ask them questions, And I tell you, that's how it works out there, man. But and one thing you need to do, if you're dealing with a woman's needs, she shouldn't want for nothing. Because needs are selfish. Because whenever somebody say they want something, wants are selfish, see. Right. Dealing with needs, she shouldn't want for nothing. Because anytime somebody say want, they put I in front of it. You can want that for somebody, but again, that's one of the things that can be debated as well, though. If you're dealing with a woman's needs, most people, that's that. And men, we more simple than they are. We always will be. It's not that, always. But they don't get it. They think we are. They think we complicated.
Right.
Really
but I'll let you guys go on that, man. Hey, T, we got to hook up, man. I ran into Kendall yesterday, man.
What?
Yeah.
Hit
me up, man. Call me up.
All right, fellas. Nice meeting you. All right, Mr. Diggs, Mr. Terrance. I appreciate that.
All right.
And Letitia, thank you for what you're doing. It's all good there. Yeah.
All right, guys.
I'll take it easy. All right, bye. Hit me up, T.
Okay, definitely.
All right.